18 turnovers. That's really never been an issue this entire season.
That was the storyline. I thought they had 30 points off turnovers, and we'd get a lead, and then we just have some. We came out of a timeout and just threw a one-handed interception, and they did a great job. They turned all the turnovers into points. That's the storyline. The 18 turnovers. We had 21 assists when we did get the ball moving and popping. We did some great things, but when we went too deep, they're elite at just digging and raking, getting their hands on it. As tough losses can come was that one, having a lead and I thought you saw two amazing shooting performances. I thought Bryson Gadeen was as on a heater as much as you can get on a heater, and I thought Phillips just with their All-American out, man, did he just step up? And they had 1 3 at half and 8 in the second. I mean, that's another thing. The eight threes in the second half for them. They're extremely tough. With Wade Taylor out, they were big, and they were really, really big. And we couldn't go to our small lineup because it was just when we did, they were just physically taking us. And they had great physicality, great big plays, relentlessness by them. And but I thought we did too. I thought we made a lot of relentless plays. Just a disappointing loss to come up short with that. But the storyline is the turnovers, and that's you're right. That hasn't been an issue all year. And it came out tonight against an elite, physical defensive team.
Porter, late in the game, did you get the shot you wanted after you called timeout?
Well, we had fears. We ran a little fade for Bryson was the first one, and the second one was in with fears. And with him, he's all along he's been going downhill, and they were just so physical plugging, and we just got to give it up quick. When they come in, we got to give it up a little quicker. But Fears' late game is because he has that burst of speed. A&M defensively is hard because they're so big to start that domino. But we had an option for Bryson to come off for a little fade, and then it was a quick handoff DHO for Fears, and we had two options on it, and no, they're disappointed. Is that the one where he got fouled or no?
That's where Duke put it up and missed, and they called the foul on Sam.
Yeah, would have liked to have played off 2 feet and kicked it a little bit early, but Duke makes big plays. But yeah, that was an off-balance shot. It wasn't. We were hoping we would have been a better shot. But Duke makes a lot of good plays. He makes big plays. But when they flood, you got to kick. You're just going to be very physical. But I'll take that. If I got to be better and put him in better positions.
Before you mentioned Jeremiah, he's obviously being guarded more than he has the last 2 games. Just how can you guys continue to help him improve and stay in the game and get guys involved?
He's got to help him grow because he's in an elite league right now, and he's got to grow. I thought he came out of the second half and tried to get some things going, but he's got to grow. It's a physical league. It's a league that comes after you. It's a league that's physical. They had big physical guards on him, and he's going to grow, and we're going to grow with him and get him better. And these are tough losses, and it's not on him. It's not on any one guy. But when you have 18 turnovers and 30 points on a one-possession game, it's a storyline. And I thought rebounding, it wasn't, They had 17. It's a lot, but in terms of the second chance points, it was 10. They only had 2 at half, so they had 8 second chance points in the second half, and they hit 8 threes. And just an elite, physical, tough performance for them offensively, and then they're always doing it defensively.
Before you mentioned the shooting for them, they had 1 3 in the first half. Like you mentioned, they had those 8 in the second half. Just how much is it? Just they got hot. Did you see anything different from your defense in the first half compared to the second?
Well, Phillips was a lead to guard tonight because he was driving by you. They were getting to the foul line, and if you took one step off, he pulled from deep. So it was a very he made you pay. He took some big time off the dribble threes, and then if you get up a little bit more, he had that hezzy and he was go by you. Just an elite performance by him. I thought their defense created a lot of offense, like the turnovers. And I'm not going to sit here and say that the turnovers were all mindless. Yeah, we had some. You got to give them credit. Their physicality on defense forced some turnovers. It's to give them credit. I mean, they had some very physical. They forced some DCOs. They created some offense with their defense.
Seemed like you challenged a lot of guys coming out of Bama. How did you like that Bryson responded?
I thought all of them. I mean, I thought we were maybe more physical. We did, I thought we did so many good things we wanted to do. We ran into an elite performance in the second half, and we didn't take care of the ball. But I thought the way they competed, the way they went after a top 10 team, a very older physical team. I think you can just see how physical they are. But, man, I thought they responded like we need to respond, like we need to respond after this game. Every night's going to be a battle. Disappointed we didn't pull this one out. But we'll bounce back. That's the only thing we can do. But I loved the way they came back after Alabama. And we're going to come back after this. They played hard in practice. They played hard tonight, and we fell a point short. And it starts with me. I'll start, with the offense and the turnovers. But we did a lot of good things. When you have 21 assists against that team, but you just can't spot that many points off turnovers.
Is there something you talked about the assists? Is there something you can name off there, the way you moved the ball, the difference in the shots you got?
Yeah, like the one thing you can see is we got rid of the ball quick. When we went too deep is when we got in trouble. And it just got out of character. We were doing so many things we wanted to do. You just saw the quick ball movement early, and when we did, we got some good things. But when we went just one dribble too deep, they just came, dug and rake it. They dig and rake it, and then we just went too deep too many times. And the back-to-back turnovers when we were up, one on the side out of bounds play, we just came in and was super lackadaisical getting the ball in bound. And then we came down and just real lackadaisical. Those back-to-back ones hurt us. Those were lackadaisical ones. But, you just can't get too deep on them. They converge. They dig and rake. They're strong. They rip the ball. And they created a lot of offense with their defense. And then their offense was very good, with Phillips having a night like that. Then they have the weapon of rebounding.
Porter, given how tough the conference schedule is, how imperative is it to protect your home floor, especially in league play? Does losing on the home floor sting a little bit more?
I can't say enough that yes, it's a tough loss. I mean, I think we all in here will know that answer to that question. It was a very, very tough loss. And but man, you've got to have amnesia. You got to come right back and get ready, and then we got to win on the road. We got to win on the road. So very, very, very tough loss, no doubt about it. We know the level of we're playing, and we got to bounce back. And if the guys practice the way they practice and they practice hard all the time, and they had they were ready to play. They did so many good things, and it's my job to get them back up, ready to play again, because they're hurting. They're hurting. They're hurting. They know they fell a play short, and it was a big top 10 win, and we didn't get it. And you credit A&M for physically doing what they did in the second half.
What would you think about Bryson's performance tonight? 34 points, 27 of them off the three, shot 71% overall. How did you feel about him tonight?
It's tough to have a performance like that and lose. It's tough to have a performance like that and lose. That's the honest answer. I thought he was unbelievable, and he looked healthy. He looked like, I mean, if you remember the first game of the season, he had like 9 or 11 at half, and then he was missed it. But he looked healthy. He looked confident. He looked quick, and it's tough to have a performance like that and lose. So you have to look at, man, there's got to be a stat line in there that there's a reason why. And that 30 points off turnovers, is really tough to offset that. But I thought Bryson had a hot, heat-up performance from three. I don't know if he hit the rim. And it's a shame that went in vain to a loss.
Hard to ask this minutes after, but we probably won't see you. So what's your first thoughts on Georgia?
Bob, I swear, I know how good they are. I know they're athletic. I know they're offensive rebound. I know they're long. I know they just had a big win against Kentucky. And I know how athletic and strong they are, and they're elite offensive rebounding. I know all that, just seen them play. But we'll dive in here in about an hour on them. And, I got to get my team ready to go again. And Georgia's another elite team. I mean, to watch Kentucky beat Florida and then Georgia turn around and beat Kentucky. They're an elite team, athleticism, rebounding, a lot of good things with them.